Ladies and gentlemen, the year is 2025 and we are in the midst of World War III. What? Two superpowers going head to head. That's right, AMD versus Nvidia.
We don't care.
For years, Nvidia has destroyed AMD within the GPU scene, absolutely dunking over them in market share.
You suck.
AMD took this laying down for years, but has since built up their CPU empire, becoming every true gamer's option with their X3D chipsets. During this time, Nvidia has absolutely spat in the face of gamers by introducing fake frames, overpriced 50 series cards with little generational uplift, and is now being absolutely destroyed by tech media for its shady practices.
You were the chosen one.
Is the day finally here where AMD can now step into the spotlight and be everyone's new favorite graphics card?
Nope.
And more importantly, for our long sausage boy, is it time for AMD to be the GPU to go with for flipping PCs?
You serious?
Today we answer this question once and for all. We purchased two GPUs from Australia, the 4070 and the 7800 XT for the same price.
Yeah, baby.
Shoved them into my dirty knickers and snuck them back into the US of A, baby.
What in the
We are building the exact same PCs with these bad boys chucked inside and seeing which one of these buggers will sell first.
That's what I'm talking about.
This video has everything. Black versus white.
Nice.
AMD versus Nvidia. Two cases we have never used before, and more importantly, these behemoths will be built entirely using our Wiener.
I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off. Take me off. Cut the show.
Wiener dog, mate. Get this video to 500 likes and we will feed this boy some bacon. Let's go!
Oh my God.
Welcome back to Flipping PCs until we can buy my dog Hank a boyfriend.
Why are you gay?
Before we get started, go check out my racing channel, mate. The Weenie is racing for his life over there, so go and support him. Secondly, we are thinking of doing some live stream PC builds, so me and Hank can build these things together with you all. We haven't streamed before though, so definitely looking for advice. Give me some tips down below on how to set up a stream, best platform to stream on, cameras, etc, mate. We are a total noob. Alright, enough of me begging for your help. We ran this AMD versus Nvidia flipping test previously by pitting a much worse 4060 up against the 7800 XT.
Wow.
So easy win for AMD, right? Right? Wrong! It took twice as long to sell the 7800 XT PC and we made less profit despite it being 20 times better in terms of performance.
Wow.
Today we have the 4070 going up against the 7800 XT. Similar in performance, the 7800 XT edges it in gaming, but the 4070 has a better encoder for content creation.
Nice.
Let me know down below which one of these you would go with if the prices were exactly the same. The 4070 only has 12 gigabytes of VRAM.
Disgusting!
The 7800 XT has 16 gigabytes of VRAM, so it's dunking all over it in that aspect. We weirdly purchased these in Australia for 750 Benjamins from the Micro Center of Down Under, Umart,
What?
during that strange time in February when you couldn't buy a 40 or 50 series card, so we thought, what the hell, mate? Let's shove them into our bag and sneak them back into the States. They have literally just been sitting in my underwear drawer for 3 months, mate, so it's time to chuck them in and sell them. 750 Skippy dollars is the equivalent of 482 Freedom dollars, mate, so not the worst deal in the world for these cards, even today in May, but I'd be aiming more towards the $400 to $450 mark for flipping these things from the used market. Alright, enough of me yapping, mate. Let me introduce you to the parts, and we are keeping these dead even for consistency. For the CPU, the good old reliable 7600X. Yes, I know we use these a lot. They are just always available for around 140 bucks from Micro Center open box, in Newegg combos, and sometimes on AliExpress as well, mate. We just snap them up when we see them. 6 cores, 12 threads, the best price to performance AM5 CPU in my opinion, and pairs well with mid-tier GPUs like the one on offer today. For the RAM, we've got these offsetting black and white T-Force Delta kits, 83 bucks off Amazon, mate. Absolute steal for DDR5 ARGB. Not the best timing, but you pay peanuts, you get monkeys, mate. And if you think you can notice the difference between CL38 and CL30 memories in terms of gaming performance, you've got to be kidding yourself, mate. You can only notice it if you're a sweaty virgin. For storage, Kingston 1TB SSD M.2, 53 bucks off Amazon, an incredible deal at the time, to the point where we got 10 of them at once. We're running low on these though, so RIP flipping with the best budget SSD brand, 6,000 megabytes per second. It's almost as fast as Honestly though, get any kit that is Gen 4 and 5000 megabytes per second or above and you'll be golden, mate. Time for the motherboard, ASUS Prime B650. Yes, we used it in the last build. Mate, we got 4 of these bad boys for 110 bucks, open box on Amazon. They usually retail for about $150, and it gets on my nerve, mate. Everyone is screaming about the GPU shortage. Mate, the B550 and B650 motherboard market is in the toilet right now.
Thank you!
We used to be able to score good boards for under 100 bucks, and now I'm wetting myself and buying these things in bulk for 110 bucks, mate. What is this world coming to? Anyway, 2 M.2s, USB-C, decent rear I/O, Wi-Fi. It looks clean and has been very reliable for us so far. We love you, mate. Just get under that $100 price point, will ya?
Nope.
Let's start building. Weenie Man is taking the left side and the Glizzy is taking the right. Here are the 7600Xs, looking lovely as always. Line the triangle up on the top left corner of the CPU with the top left corner of the CPU socket and throw her in there with the force of E equals MC squared. Make sure you don't bend any pins, mate. Use this latch to secure the CPU into the socket. It requires a lot of power, but if I can do it with my Wiener, so can you.
Very nice.
And mate, you know we love 2 things in this world, installing unnecessary hardware and throwing on 15 tons of thermal paste, so let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. AM5 contact frame, baby. Do not spend more than $5 for these things. You can grab them off Amazon. We got them in Reddit. It will increase the FPS by about 20, mate. Unscrew these 4 screws with the provided screwdriver. Take off the old CPU protective cover. Whatever you do, do not throw it out, mate. If the motherboard is defective, you will need to reinstall it, so keep it until you're sure it's good to go. Then just slot the contact frame straight on, screw the included screws in or use the original ones, and Bob's your uncle, mate. You now have a contact frame which will likely not make any difference whatsoever, and you've lost $5.
Yeah, boy.
I am joking, mate. In some very rare cases, it can drop temperatures, but it's not bloody likely, Jane. Next up, the RAM. Line the groove up in the middle of the RAM with the groove up on the RAM socket of the motherboard. Place her into sockets 2 and 4 and push down until you hear a click.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Beautiful stuff. Get your electric screwdriver and unscrew the heatsink from your M.2. For God's sake, remove this protective cover or you'll be taken out on your warm-up lap during iRacing and demoted back to rookies. Mate, follow our iRacing channel for God's sakes, we need it! Next up, throw the M.2s into their socket. You should hear a click and they'll stand up to attention. Throw the heatsink back on and Susan is your auntie, mate. The board is finished.
Great success.
Next up, we need to install the mounting brackets, and unfortunately these CPUs run hotter than the Weenie Man after a sick 45-minute shoulder pump at LA Fitness, so we need to go with an AIO.
No!
As always, Thermalright, mate, they are just the best bang for buck in AIO cooling. We got the Aqua Elite 360 V3 in black and white because we support every color here, mate.
What?
This pump looks nice, mate. I like the design, and the ARGB matches up with that in the case when you plug it into the ARGB hub. We'll come back to these later, mate. Right now, just grab the mounting hardware, remove this bracket which holds the back plate in place, grab the red AM4, AM5 spacers, throw them on just like this, install the mounting brackets in the wrong orientation. Yes, you heard me correctly. We've literally installed this 1 million times and we screw it up here. We will be in for a shock later. And you are good to go, I guess. I mean, we installed the mounting brackets wrong. What are we doing?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
And there is our 2 sexy motherboards containing the mounting brackets on the wrong way. My God, mate, we are so bad at building. Focus, Weenie Man. Yeah, sexy motherboard, stunning Weenie, and our 2 beautiful cases. Our first time building in them, the GameDeers GD Atlas M1. Let's remove the stickers first. Oh yeah, mate, that gets our engines revving. Huh? It comes with 3 installed fans, an ARGB fan hub, USB-C, and this temperature sensor. We got both of these for a mouth-watering 79 bucks back on the 17th of March. Skipping ahead to May, mate, 95 bucks. You've got to be kidding me. What is this world coming to? The 75 bucks, yeah, mate, get this case, it's fine. For 95 bucks, I wouldn't, especially for flipping, mate. The temperature sensor is gimmicky, no one's gonna care.
What the dog doing?
Pop the I/O shields into the back of the case. We forgot to film this, but see our previous video for a full tutorial link down below. Throw the motherboards in at the same time with no regards for human life. Let your Wiener have a little peek to make sure they're in properly and start screwing.
Look at this distinguished gentleman. Look at the way he is sitting, yes.
All right, time for the radiator. So all you need to do is remove the magnetic dust filter from the top, slide it in and screw it in up the top. Right now, you can see these things are literally being held in by 2 screws. It is dead easy to install, mate. The screw holes will line up with the holes at the top. Just go ahead and, as always, start screwing. Now that we have the radiator installed, it's time to put the thermal paste on, mate. We've got the Thermalright paste on the left that it comes with. On the right, we have this MX6 Arctic paste that we got off Amazon for $8. I just wanted to see if there was any actual difference in temperature, and surprise, surprise, there isn't, mate. So just go with the paste that comes with your AIO. It's free after all. Lather these bad boys on. We are going with an X marks the spot. You do not need this much paste, mate. We are just a degenerate who loves to throw it on. For God's sakes, remove the protective sticker off the AIO pump or you will wake up at night and the Weenie will lick you to death. And you will explode. And as we go to throw it on, we now realize that we have the brackets on the wrong way. Alright, mate, learn from my mistakes, fix the brackets up, line the screws up of the pump with the screws of the mounting bracket and screw it down little by little each side until it's on nice and tight.
That's why he's the GOAT!
And look at that, mate. The pump head is on beautifully. Technically, you can install the pump in 2 orientations. You want the tubing of the pump on the left side of the pump head to alleviate stress as it allows the tubes to flow nicely. If you install it upside down, will it make a difference? Probably not, mate. These things are built to survive a nuclear war. Just do it anyway, or PC elitists on the internet will yell at your dog and he will cry. Bruh. Next up, the power supply, mate, and we are matching the colors of our cases. 7800 XT, we are going with the Apivia Prestige 800 watts in black. 4070, we are going with the Prestige 850 watts only because it came in white. Both tier C on the PSU tiers list. Picked up both for $65 on Amazon. Do you need 800 watts for a 7800 XT or a 4070? It's not necessary. You can get away with 700, but better safe than sorry, mate. Plus, this gives you a bit of headroom for future upgrades. Once again, we would hand a ceremonial screwdriver to our Glizzy, but he is sleeping. He's usually excited at the start, but by the time the PSU comes up, he has pooped and wants nothing to do with it. That's alright, mate. Time for the Weenie Man to step into the spotlight. No! Ram both power supplies into the bottom of the case with the force of an Olympic shot putter. Make sure the fan is facing down. Then grab your electric screwdriver and screw both babies in. Alright, a quick wiring with Weenie Man to finish these things off. Your USB 3 is here on the right side of the motherboard next to the RAM, heated in with the force of Superman, mate. Do not bend any pins or say goodbye to your front USB port. The USB-C is right underneath, mate. Chuck it in, it's much easier to install. Just above it, we've got the 24-pin PCIe connector that comes directly from the power supply. Bring her in through the side and push her in harder than a diamond in an ice storm.
What in the fuck?
Next, your 4-pin CPU connector at the top left corner of the motherboard. This thing is literally my nemesis. I couldn't get a good angle of me putting it in because it takes me about 3 hours to do it, so here is me pretending. And here are all our F-panel connectors, mate. There is a legend for where to put them on your motherboard, usually under or close by to your F-panel. Just put them in one by one. If the power switch isn't plugged in properly, your PC won't turn on, mate, so at least get that right. Next up, we have this USB connector, which runs the temperature sensor at the front of the case. Just throw her into a USB port, mate. And finally, the HD audio, mate. Bottom left-hand side of the motherboard. Chuck her in so she doesn't feel left out, and Shaniqua is your sister. What? You are ready to rock and roll. Time to properly introduce the GPUs, mate. Starting off with a 7800 XT, all black dual fan ASUS model. She's looking absolutely stunning and gets the Weenie's head of approval.
Give me a hell yeah!
Next up, we have this Inno3D 4070. Mate, I'd never heard of this brand before. Let me know down below if you have and whether or not it's actually good. It looks fine, I guess. I thought this material was going to be nice, but it's just cheap plastic. But as long as she gets the job done, mate, I don't care if it's wrapped in garbage. Bruh. A quick size check side by side, and the 7800 XT is beefier. Sorry it's not in focus, mate. The Weenie's big head is taking all the focus away. Mate, are you actually trying to sabotage this channel? Alright, it's your favorite time of the week, my favorite time of the day, and Weenie's favorite time of his life. Double insertion of the GPUs, mate. We love it over here at Weenie Tech Builds. We are throwing the 7800 XT into the black PC given its all black aesthetic. This may put it at a disadvantage because of people preferring white PCs. When will the racism end? But given all of the support for AMD lately and Nvidia absolutely defecating over its popularity, I think the 7800 XT can overcome this.
Oh, hell no!
You can see Hank is looking extra fluffy today. It's been raining, so he smells absolutely like wet dog, mate. It's disgusting. Give me 2 shakes and a spin and let's install these bad boys. Mate, you've knocked over the 4070. See what you've done, Jensen? Even my dog hates your brand right now. Get your marketing team to get Nvidia back on track, mate. You are making us sick.
You suck!
All right, let's insert these things. And they are in, mate. Amazingly, we were able to do it while the Weenie's fat head was in the way. Are you right, mate? All right, screw these bad boys in, making sure you hold them up to avoid GPU sag. Do you need a sag bracket for these things? Absolutely not, mate. We are anti-sag bracket. It's overrated. Fight me in the comments if you disagree. Throw in your 8-pin PCIe connectors to the GPU. We got these black cable extensions from Okonos on Amazon. You need 2 of them for the 7800 XT. And because this 4070 is a small boy, it just needs 1 of these. We got this particular cable extension from Asia Horse, mate. We prefer these ones from Okonos because the combs on these Asia Horse ones are horrendously difficult to put on, whilst the Okonos ones are as smooth as eggs. And here we are, mate. Time to turn these puppies on. They are looking fantastic. Let's get 2 more shakes from this dude and turn these babies on. And there she is, mate. They come preset to ARGB puke. GameDeus knows its market, baby. They are looking fan-bloody-tastic. I don't like the 8-pin PCIe connectors coming out of the side there. I'll probably make them come from underneath the motherboard, but other than that, no complaints, mate. The cases look good, but once we aren't going fish tank, you can see we now have the ambient temperature going on them. It's freezing in here, mate. 21 degrees Fahrenheit. We actually live in an igloo. Let me know which one of these PCs you're rocking with. Personally, I like the black case with the all-black AMD card, but don't get me wrong, mate. This white one is looking absolutely angelic and ready to sell to the right buyer. Is the temperature sensor gimmicky? Absolutely. Mate, we can't be bothered with this stuff, but hey, it's there. Lovely jubblies. Now let's see which one of these bad boys sells first.
That's what I'm talking about.
Breaking down the cost of both of these bad boys, all up we paid $1,100 and have them listed for $1,250 each on Facebook Marketplace only. So a pretty woeful $150 in profit if we sell them.
So looking at it, bro, we got to go ahead and get in at least 10,000.
But this ain't about the profit, mate. This is about answering once and for all. Is AMD ready to step up to the big time and surpass Nvidia for the PC flipping meta? Nope. This 7800 XT card is quite a bit better at gaming than the 4070 and has 4 more gigabytes of VRAM. We will put a link to some benchmark comparisons below, but the 4070 has the words RTX in front of it, so it wins, right?
Hell yeah!
Well, I am very happy to say, ladies and gentlemen, AMD has come out on top, mate. What a lovely day. It's only been a week, but 344 clicks on the AMD listing versus Nvidia's measly 205 clicks. The Nvidia machine has 8 saves to the AMD's 3, but it ain't about the clicks or saves, mate. We got a ton of messages on the AMD machine and it's sold within 2 days.
Damn, boy!
This lovely fella lived about 3 hours away and asked us to ship it to him. Of course we can, mate. He paid for the shipping. Here we are packing it up. We use this Instapack. Link is down below. About $2 each if you buy it in bulk. We usually throw 2 of them in here and double box it before we send. We sent it on Sunday and it got there on Tuesday, mate, and he messaged us saying it was running lovely and he'd refer a friend to me that was looking to buy. What a great dude, mate. We love ya. In terms of the Nvidia machine, it is still sitting there, mate. Suck it, Jensen.
You suck, you jackass.
To be fair, it's been a week, mate, and I haven't listed it on Java or any other sites yet. We did have one dude close to buying it, but he pulled out at the last minute. It's okay, mate. You'll find your dream PC eventually. It just ain't this bad boy. So we will update you on this thing once it sells in future episodes, but it's time to party, mate, because people are finally starting to realize there are other options out there than Nvidia. In saying that, people are defecating all over the 50 series launch, but the 9070 and 9070 XT MSRP prices were also fake. They ran out of stock very quickly and took a long time to restock. So is AMD any better?
Oh, hell no!
Absolutely not, mate. Everyone sucks.
Goddamn right.
Last episode, we finished in $688 in debt, mate. So chucking $150 of profit from this episode on top of that, we are now sitting on negative $538 of debt, mate, which is 734 Canadian Club whiskeys, 813 4X bitters, and 494 Amaretto sours, baby. So we've barely moved the needle, but we've shown the flipping world that AMD is ready for the big leagues, and that is priceless. Anyway, Hank makes sale, Hank get toy. This time we got him this seahorse, mate. Well deserved. A PC sale in about 2 days. In this economy, this man is a machine. Anyway, get out of here, mate. Me and the Weenie love ya.
Spin. Spin. One more spin. Sit. Good boy. Come on, take it. Goodbye.